Hello. What's the date? Who knows the date anymore? It's April 25th. We're going to talk about the WODs for April 25th. We'll talk about both of them because the eWOD is easy to explain. The 8 o'clock endurance workout is nothing more than 30 rounds for time of a couple of things. We're going to do 5 air squats, right? So I'm looking for feet just outside of the hips, point the toes, send the hips back, let the knees track over the toes. Let's get our butt below parallel with a back that's nice and not rounded. Don't do this. Keep your shoulders nice and high. And then we'll bring the hips forward to the top. We'll do 5 of those every round. Then we'll do 7 air squats every round. Then we will move on to 5 push-ups, where we're gonna keep the elbows nice and tight. So you guys remember this one. Elbows are tight at our sides. Send the elbows back, chest touches the ground while my hips are still off the ground. I don't want my hips on the ground here. And then pressing straight back up to this protracted position. Try to stay nice and tight in the midsection. So 5 of those, 7 air squats, 5 push-ups. And then technically, I'm gonna say it's 3, so 7, 5, 3 of alternating dumbbell snatches. But it's gonna be 3 per side. So we'll say, technically it's 7, 5, 6, right? 7 air squats, 5 push-ups. We'll get some dumbbell snatches in there where we'll start on the ground. We will try not to round our back as we address it while it's right in front of us. Get our hips, our knees out of the way like a deadlift. Allow the hips to explode up. Let the hips open. As the hips open, shrug and high pull, get underneath of it, and then switch after I've stood fully up. Either right here in front of my face or down low on the ground. We've gone over this a couple of times. It looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we'll continue. If you wanted to do 3 on the right, 3 on the left, no one's gonna stop you. All right. So that's tomorrow's endurance WOD. Again, that's 30 rounds for time, 7 air squats, 5 push-ups, 3 per side, alternating dumbbell snatch, all right? So, what else do we have? We're gonna do an AMRAP for the 9 o'clock class. If you know anything about our 9 o'clock CrossFit class, you know that we first go over a skill. So we do some skill work, and tomorrow, we're gonna go over toes to bar, or what our modification for home toes to bar looks like. And we're gonna call that toes to object, toes to kettlebell, toes to dumbbell, toes to some form of weighted object that will give me some sort of stability overhead, all right? And then after we go over that skill, which I'll demonstrate in just a moment, we'll do an AMRAP, 10 minutes of some dumbbell cleans, dumbbell power cleans, and then some kettlebell, toes to kettlebell, or toes to object, 20 of each, all right? So we'll go over the object, toes to object first. I have a kettlebell, I also have some dumbbells, and I can demonstrate both. But what I'm looking for is, and I think everyone can modify this in some way, I've got my stability overhead here, right? So I'm gonna place this object so that my arms are as straight as I can make them. And then we have 2 ways of doing this, and I can assess it during the class, but the arms are being weighted down, and then I've got my straight leg variation, toes to the kettlebell, straight leg variation, or we can work on the skill of tuck my knees to my chest, and then give it a little kick, which is a lot like what competitors would do to move through the movement more quickly. So it is tuck, give it a little flick, and then back in. And this object that I'm holding on to could be anything. It needs to be an anchor. That's what we're using it for. Just something to hold my arms down or up overhead, right? As far as the power cleans that we're gonna do with dumbbells, it's gonna be 20 at a time, and I will challenge you, if you've got a pair of something, to do a pair. It's very difficult to do a pair of kettlebells. If you have an equal weighted pair of kettlebells, we can go over the clean. I would guess that most of us have either a single dumbbell or a pair of matching dumbbells. And so for that movement when we do 20, you have the option to, like I have right now, use 2 dumbbells where we're gonna let the head, the front head of the dumbbell touch the ground, keep my back nice and straight, dumbbells touch the ground, not unlike a deadlift, we'll get our knees back and out of the way, use our hips to get under. The bells actually have to touch shoulder, and then we go back down for 2, 3, all the way up to 20. What else can I do if I don't have a pair or if that seems daunting? We can do single arm, in which case I would go right in the middle. 1, 2, could even alternate it. 1, 2, up to 20. And again, it'll be an AMRAP. So it'll be 20 of the dumbbell cleans, going back to the ground each time. Get my dumbbells out of the way and do my object. 20 toes to object, toes to kettlebell, toes to weighted dumbbell, toes to bucket of sand, whatever you got, all right? If you have any questions, let us know. Warm up is down below. Don't be afraid to read it. Definitely do it if you're gonna not attend class. Talk to you guys later.